Out in the open tonight, a top Republican presidential candidate is coming under fire. Critics are attacking Arizona's John McCain for shirking his job in the Senate while he runs for the White House. They're upset that McCain has been missing in action for a lot of Senate votes this year. John McCain, back in Washington and back at his day job, U.S. Senator from Arizona. But McCain hasn't been around Capitol Hill very much this year. Instead, he's been on the road running for president. And because of that, he's missed about half of the Senate's scheduled votes. That's far more than the other 5 senators running for president. That, according to Congressional Quarterly, which closely monitors Capitol Hill. In fact, McCain's Senate colleagues, Hillary Clinton
Look at this.
and Barack Obama, have barely missed any votes this year. The only senator to miss more votes than McCain in 2007, Tim Johnson, who's recovering from a brain hemorrhage he suffered in December. So what gives? McCain's playing catch-up to rivals Mitt Romney and Rudy Giuliani in the crucial battle for campaign cash. Because of that, his campaign says the senators increase his time fundraising across the country. They say that gives McCain more of a chance to talk about the issues he cares about. But it also means he's missing vote after vote, a job he was elected to do.
The people of Arizona understand why I'm missing the votes.
The senator's office says McCain hasn't missed any votes where he would have been decisive. We caught up with McCain today. He says he'll make every effort to get back any time his vote is crucial.
I have assured the leadership I'll do everything that I can.
In Arizona, political observers say voters are not thrilled McCain's missed all these votes. But so far, there's no apparent widespread discontent. McCain's not the first senator to spend more time out on the trail than back on the Hill. Senators Joe Lieberman, John Edwards, and John Kerry also missed a lot of votes during the last presidential campaign. Well, so should Senator McCain resign if he continues to run for president? Let's ask our Out in the Open panel. Lauren Lake, who is a criminal defense attorney, Joe Madison, talk show host for WL Radio in Washington, and Robert Traynham, a Republican strategist. Lauren, let's start with you. I want to just take another look at the numbers here. When you line them up, it shows how McCain's Senate voting record for the year and how it compares to other senators that are running for president. We're talking about missing half the votes. You got a problem with that?
Yeah, this just doesn't make any sense. Who wouldn't have a problem with it? I mean, Kira, right now you have to think about it. We're living in a culture where more people vote for American Idol than they do in presidential elections.
That's a little scary.
It's scary, and it doesn't look good when our own senators aren't showing up for votes. Now, he says he's going to show up when it's crucial. Isn't it crucial that the citizens of Arizona be counted as much as possible, be represented in votes? I think there's a problem with this.
Robert, what do you think? I mean, taxpayer dollars paying for him to be senator, to vote on important issues. He's not doing his job.
Well, there's no question about it that running for president and also being a sitting United States senator is very, very hard. Bob Dole had to resign back in June of 1996 when he was the presumptive Republican nominee. Look, this is really not an issue between you and I. This is really an issue between Senator McCain and his constituents. And the fact of the matter is that he has pledged that he will show up to vote when his vote is absolutely crucial. The point here really is whether or not there's a double standard. If there's a double standard with Senator McCain missing votes or Senator Kerry missing votes when he was the Republican or the Democratic nominee, I think that's the real question.
And Joe, let's talk about first your quick reaction to the numbers.
Well, my quick reaction is that maybe you should take a lesson from Senator Obama and Senator Hillary Clinton. Both of them are out raising a lot of money, and they obviously are making the votes. Now, my other reaction is that, and I'll try to fall somewhere in the middle of the two.
All right, Joe, hold that thought just for a second. I'm coming right back to you. Just real quickly, I want to let our viewers know. I want to take a live picture now from Washington, D.C. As you know, the Senate is taking up that $120 billion Iraq spending bill. It passed the House tonight. Now the Senate is voting. We're going to take a live picture. We are monitoring this. We're going to keep this up and let you know how this goes and how the Senate votes. So I'm going to track that while trying double task here. there and continue our discussion. All right. So, Joe.
Now the real question is Senator McCain there?
Well, let's see. Let's take a look at that live picture and see if we can see him there.
Now, there's the critical vote. So the bottom line is what I'm saying is that, look, the interesting thing, and this is what people around the country need to understand, when senators come, particularly freshmen, they're all told, don't even try to make all the votes. Most of these votes are procedural votes, and it's not the number of votes, it's what they're voting on. That's really what you need to look at. But
Joe McCain missed 5 out of 7 votes on Iraq, the biggest story right now in our country, and that was over a 6-week period. That's a lot, isn't it?
But what was he voting on? And again, you can have a vote on Iraq or Iran, and it can be a procedural vote. But my bottom line is, hey, let's do this. I'm glad to hear that Obama and Hillary Clinton can do both. And maybe that's what the American people ought to be looking at.
And I think the American people should be looking at the fact, when you're a child, your parents teach you to do your chores to prepare you later in life. If you're a senator and you can't make it to the votes, what are you making it to when you're president?
It's
just a training ground to me. I look at it like that.
But I would say to you that if you ask the people of Arizona, would they like to have a U.S. senator that tries to make every vote, or a man who's going to be president of the United States? I bet you most of the people in Arizona would say, we'd like him to be president.
I bet you most of the people in Arizona would say they would want both.
Robert, what do you think?
Kira, this is a very interesting conversation that we're having. The fact of the matter is that running for president full-time and being a United States senator full-time is a big, big job. And basically, you have to juggle. The last senator to become president was 47 years ago, and that was John F. Kennedy. It's very, very hard.
So you're saying no matter what, something will suffer. Whether it's constituents, and how do you weigh that out? I mean, this is someone that's running for president. So, and you're talking about votes on Iraq, and then you have his constituency. Of course, how he votes for Arizona makes an impact overall.
Sure. There's no question about it. And look, Senator McCain has openly said that he needs to raise more money. He is lagging behind Mr. Giuliani and Mr. Romney. The fact of the matter is that Senator McCain needs to go out there and raise as much cash as he possibly can, because we all know that cash is the mother's milk in politics here, and Senator McCain is far behind.
And can I say this? Let me tell you something. This is the most unusual presidential campaign we've had. It's one of the longest presidential campaigns, so it's only going to get worse for everybody.
And the three of us will be talking about it, obviously, for weeks, months to come. Lauren Lake, Joe Madison, Robert Traynham, thank you all so much. We want to continue